Hello, everybody, and welcome to my patch review. My name's Kala. It has been 5 days since the patch came out, so I wanted to go over these notes after having had a little bit of experience on this current patch, because I think providing context is actually quite important. So here we go. Obviously, we've started a new ranked season, which has its ups and its downs, right? It gives you a fresh start, but you also get some pretty wild games most of the time. So if you have a difficult time not tilting in Hero League, I would honestly just wait a week or two. It's probably going to be best for those players that just have difficult times in those kind of environments. Because yeah, we are getting some very, very wild games. On top of all the changes that have happened with heroes, like you're going to get some, I think that's the best word for it, wild. So yeah, maybe take some time, a week or two. But for myself, like I've been really enjoying Hero League. I don't play Hero League because it's me expecting the best possible games every time. I'm just trying to play to get better and to provide content for the community. But yeah, I will be completely honest. The games have been pretty crazy. Playing up at the master level, I'm seeing stuff that shouldn't even exist in gold games. So yeah, it's a little bit intense, but that's okay. That sort of stuff always gets evened out, and over time it's going to be even better because now we have rank decay. But before we get into that, I wanted to talk about the third ban. To me, this has been one of the most refreshing things to hit Heroes of the Storm in a long time. Seeing those 3 bans up at the top of the screen in ranked play just feels right. I don't know what it is, but it's just fantastic. One thing though, for you to note is that I would make sure that you are paying even more attention in draft, because now you have a higher % chance to get the heroes that you are planning to pick removed from you. What that also means is that you should also be working on maybe adding one more hero to your pool. If you play support main and you only play 3 supports, pick up a 4th one and get comfortable with it. If you're main ranged and you only play 2 or 3 ranged mainly, or tank, anything, just add another hero to your pool and it'll really help when it comes to getting all of your picks banned out and picked out throughout the drafting phase. Is very, very important. That's pretty much all there is to be said about the third ban. To me, it's very refreshing. It's adding a little bit of variety to Hero League, so you're seeing some heroes that you would normally not see, obviously just because of the bans. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Rank decay, it's kind of, I don't really have an opinion on it aside from the fact that I think it's just positive. It hasn't really played into effect yet as far as the current patch goes, but in time, this is really just going to help place people and keep people in the spots where they're supposed to be. So I think that the rank decay is just fantastic. Seeding changes. Players who entered rank play for the first time can no longer be seeded into placement matches higher than gold 5. I think that's also great. Having people who have quick match seeding or unranked draft seeding into Hero League and they place as high as Master 1000, it is a tragedy. It really is, and it really hurts the top level of play. So I think stuff like this is just going to do nothing but help our game. I love changes like this. And then same with this one. If you step out of Hero League or even Heroes of the Storm for 2-3 months, you guys know how fast this game changes. Like, it's not even the same game anymore. You need some time to warm up to it. So the fact that players can after extended break will no longer be reseeded into placement matches based on their performance in other modes is very important. Very, very important. That means like if they have huge, like massive MMR from somewhere else, it's not going to influence them when they're playing Hero League, and it's just nothing but important. Nothing but a positive change. Hero League matchmaking changes. These obviously are just fantastic. Ratings rather than for Master and Grandmaster players. The Master level players they're matched with and against are now determined by skill rating, and rank points no longer play a role. This should provide better experiences for players of very high skill levels who start playing later in the season. These players' games should have allies and opponents more consistent skill levels, which also match their own. I don't know if we've seen a big enough sample size of this change to really see whether or not it has made an impact, but based on the wording and based on the justification, it seems like something that is going to be very good. But I think we need to wait like a month or so in order to determine if this has been a positive change. Players below Master who have waited fewer than 3 minutes in queue will not be placed into matches that are outside of their game quality restrictions that it would have been used if the match had been formed around that player. Again, this is just great. That means that you're not seeing players who are below Master finding just random rainbow games. If you don't know what that is, it's when you have all different types of colors, like your Platinum players, your Gold players, your Master players, your Grandmaster players, all in the same game. Players will now receive a notification in the UI when these quality restrictions are expanded in order to help them find a match more quickly. Also helpful, that means you can cancel search when you see this if you don't want to play under those circumstances. Just something like a visual cue for the user, I think, is very important. This should have come in much earlier, but I love the fact that it's here now. Stricter rank difference requirements. Master and Grandmaster players will now only be matched with allies and opponents who are within one division of their own rank. This means that Master players can be matched with players who are either ranked Diamond 1 or Grandmaster, but never both. I think this is good and bad. I honestly don't think Master or Grandmaster players should, maybe Master, low Master should be ranked with Diamond 1 or matched, but Grandmaster players should never be matched with Diamond 1 players. The skill gap is just way too high. I still think that this needs some work, but it's a step in the right direction. Grandmaster players will not be matched with players below Master. Wait, did I just... Oh, okay, yeah, sorry, I read this improperly. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is good. Yeah, so Master players can be matched with players who are either ranked Diamond 1 or Grandmaster, but never both. And that's good. One division up or down. I think that Grandmaster players playing with Master players is perfectly fine, but if a Grandmaster player gets matched with a Diamond 1 player, it's a tragedy. So this change is fantastic. Grandmaster players will not be matched with players below Master. Like, this is seriously... This right here, I think, is the most profound statement in the entire section of patch notes. This is huge. This has been such an overwhelming problem for so long. Yes, this might mean that queue times might be a little bit higher, but I think that Grandmaster players would much rather sit in queue a little bit longer than play with Diamond 1 players or sometimes even Platinum players that enter the game. Will not loosen for players in Europe and North America. It can loosen for players in other regions. That's fine. I think that's just because the sample size is different. Master and Grandmaster players now have narrower ranges of acceptable skill ratings for the players that they are matched with. For example, it is extremely unlikely that a top Grandmaster player will be matched with a Master who is on the cusp of demotion to Diamond. Again, this is smart. Because I was saying, like, even Grandmaster players matched with low Master can be pretty rough, considering how some people will still have been placed in Master 1000 when they may or may not, or when they may not deserve to be there. So in general, these changes to ranked play have been wonderful, especially the 3 bans. I have been having so much fun with the 3 bans. Moving forward, Battlegrounds. So the Alterac Pass changes have been kind of interesting. I think that the map still needs some work. It is now part of the Hero League pool, which is cool. So let's go. Mercenaries. Heroes can no longer heal, shield, or target allied mercenaries with abilities unless an ability specifically states that mercenaries are valid targets. I personally never had a problem with supports being able to heal up mercenaries, but I can see where in the climb that becomes a problem. So I can understand why this is a thing. And honestly, the fact that it doesn't have huge implications at the top level of play, but it has huge implications lower on in ranked, I think this is a wise choice to change this. As much as I liked the mechanic, just removing stuff like this, it takes away a variable that you can add to the game as power, as a support. And I just don't like when they continually take stuff like this away from supports, because it's a slippery slope. If you continue to just take things away, wave clear here, cleanse there, ability to heal mercenaries, like what do supports do now at this point? So I'm just worried that this, like, I wish that they maybe gave supports something instead of this, because this was mainly a support function. Honestly, as a support player, it's difficult to get your teammates to rally. Not a lot of people understand, like, you guys, let's push with this bruiser camp. I can heal up the mage. We have the spell armor for a long time. People don't care. And it's only something really that supports paid attention to. So it's just worth mentioning. I'm not sure if it's good or bad at this point. Personally, I don't like it, but that's just me. Alterac Pass. The Ice Giants attack speed reduced by 30%. Neutral Ice Giant attack damage increased. Captured Ice Giant attack damage increase, and the Cavalry. The damage bonus provided by the Cavalry is now a flat 10%. No longer scales with each completed event. The Cavalry is very, very strong. So I think this is a wise choice. The Ice Giant change, I don't know how powerful that's going to be. I played the map a few times beforehand, but I haven't played it a lot since then. Right now, Alterac Pass, for me, it just seems like still it's a little bit too snowbally, and it's just the way that the map is set up promotes some kind of cheesy styles of comps. Like I've been playing against Lost Vikings and stuff on this map. So honestly, you guys look to ban out those sort of heroes, those stall heroes. Azmodan, very good on this map. Lost Vikings have seemed to be pretty good on this map. Obviously, Global's quite good on this map. Don't play invade comps because you're never going to be invading their null camp. Just play comps that have some range, have some poke. Chromie really good on this map. Obviously, Hanzo good on this map. So just look out for picks like that. But if you're trying to avoid getting cheesed, honestly, take away stuff like Vikings, because yeah, I've seen them just be incredibly useful here. Especially like during the event, Vikings can go like threaten a cap and then they just 4-push somewhere else and the Vikings just cap it and get the objective by themselves, and it's pretty obnoxious. So just cautious about that sort of stuff. BOE, minimap icons represent immortals have received updates. Now there's like a defensive icon and an attacking icon instead of just the heaven and hell immortals. And while a lot of us are probably used to the heaven and hell ones, it's just easier for players just entering the game. They see the shield, they're like, I defend that point. They see the swords, they're like, okay, that's where we attack. So to me, it's just helpful. Crossed axes, not swords, but yeah, same difference. Braxis. The biggest change is the Zerg waves. A 0% Zerg wave actually does something now, which is kind of cool. Baseline Zerg wave has been strengthened significantly. So sometimes you actually do have to send one to defend on that 0%. Before they sent like 8 little creatures and it did absolutely nothing. And now it actually does a little bit. I think that balances out the map a little bit more, but still the map needs a bit of work. Yeah, the progress bars are a little bit different as well, but not really worth mentioning. Here we go. Okay, so hero changes. Cassia. Blinding Light now deals 50 damage plus 4% per level to enemies in a target area. While this doesn't seem like a big change, the incremental changes that Cassia has received, I have seen a huge influx in this hero in Hero League. So pay attention to her. If it looks like a Cassia comp can show up in Hero League, you can ban it. Because like I have been seeing a lot of Cassia lately and I didn't think I would, and it has been pretty oppressive most of the time, honestly. So just watch out for this pick. That's all. So because these changes that have happened to Cassia over the past few months have actually impacted her in Hero League. So just watch out for her. Chromie. Melee heroes can now see the time trap to use melee attacks to destroy it without triggering its effects. Obviously, that's fantastic and should have happened a long time ago. But still, you guys, Chromie is oppressive as ever. And I honestly suggest banning her quite frequently. She's just, you know, people are catching on to that new one-shot way of playing her. And it's just so cheesy, you guys. It really is. Like, there's very little that you can do to play around it. I've found a lot of value in playing Phoenix against Chromie in Hero League lately. You can play like something like Hanzo to just try to poke her out, but still with Hanzo, you have to be careful. You know, she puts that temporal loop on you. You don't have cleanse. You're kind of hooped, right? So this is the big one. Raynor. I don't think I actually have to go over all of these changes of Raynor. If you guys are interested in looking at the changes to Raynor, the hero spotlight is here. You can just YouTube it. I can put a link in the description of the video as well. But the Raynor changes have been profound. His damage is so insane, and he has multiple builds, one of which makes him like completely unkillable. Literally, I was hitting him with full corruption, like 3 hits on the way back to, and Raynor just heals through it. Like, his healing potential is absurd. He's so tanky, it feels like. His damage output is unbelievably good. He is a very, very strong pick in Hero League. You should absolutely be playing him because he's not difficult either. So pick up this hero, you guys. Play this hero and abuse it while you can, to be completely honest. He's so darn good. Fill him full of day pepper, okay? Get out there and start playing him. He's so good. And Azmodan as well. If you guys follow my content, you know I'm an Azmodan fanatic. Love the hero. You know, I love the nipple rings. Love everything about him. He gets me excited. Not like, you know what I mean. I like playing him. I like playing Azmodan. So again, I'm not going to go over all of his changes because this was a full hero rework. If you're interested, again, link in the description. But Azmodan, I hate to say it, but I actually like his changes. He seems really good. He seems better. He still feels like the same old Azmodan. Now, with his trait, you have to think about it a little bit more. You have to think a little bit more about his W as well, his Demon Warriors. And your Globe, there's so many different builds you can have now. You know, if you're able to step up an auto attack onto their front line, you can go something like Wrath, and you get a lot of damage out of it. And then Bombardment as well. And you crush people with your auto attacks. If you're more of kind of just stacking up the Q and looking to chunk the backline, you can play that way too. I absolutely love the fact that no matter what build you go on Azmodan, it's all about stacking, all about getting those Q hits, all about getting those last hits. It's so good. Like, I absolutely love the new Azmodan changes. I've been playing him a lot to a lot of success. He's so much fun, you guys. Definitely pick him up. Give him a shot. If you guys need help with Azmodan, check out Procraft, really good Azmodan player, and come by my channel as well and ask me questions about Azmodan. I can absolutely help you. Also, Caterpillar, really good Azmodan player, and he's always around answering questions in my Discord. If you haven't joined my Discord, again, link in the description, so check it out. It's one of the best educational environments for Heroes of the Storm. But yeah, lots of good Azmodan players in the Discord, and honestly, like I said, if you don't play him, you need to be picking him up. He's super good. I'm one-shotting people with Qs late game. I wish I had the clip, you guys. I literally, like, with I think Unaverted was playing the Hanzo, maybe it was Unaverted, but I one-shot a Raynor on the enemy team with like the Hanzo scatter and then my Q on top of it, and it won us the game. Stuff like that. Just a really PogChamp plays with this hero. Pick him up, okay? Get playing him. Alexstrasza, I think this is irrelevant. Shouldn't be going Lifebinder. Cleansing Flame's just too powerful. And it's just that simple. I'm sorry, it's blunt, but it's true. The best person to ask about Lifebinder and Alexstrasza would probably be June or Owlbuddy, both just fantastic Alexstrasza players, but to me, still completely irrelevant. You need that Cleansing Flame. Not only is it good for just healing multiple targets and even securing kills, but it's also fantastic for giving yourself invulnerability frames. If a Tracer dives onto you and uses Pulse Bomb, you can Cleansing Flame out of it. Stuff like that. So big plays to be made. And aside from that, we've just got some bug fixes and some skins. So obviously, if you guys are interested in the skins, you can check them out in the store. And the bug fixes, I'm not going to go over because that's not the point of this. But I'm going to be making more videos like this because I've got a lot more time opening up, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And if you have any questions for me, please join the Discord. You can hit me up on Twitter or Twitch. All of my socials are below, and I look forward to talking to you.